Piledriver podcast. Let's go. We from the O. You need to know. We got Mike, Fitz, and Tony on the show. Piledriver. Piledriver podcast. It's the Piledriver podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on the internet. I am
What's up?
Andy Vince. Got our guy Tony Forge right over there. We're sans one Mike Allen this evening, but we're gonna get right to it just as usual. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. We had a long one.
It was a long weekend. It was a nice weekend, though.
Dude, it was a really nice weekend. So me and Tony, we've been at it since Thursday. Same with Mike. So, we worked Turmoil. And, what a turmoil. Great show. As always, every Thursday night.
Right, every Thursday.
Right there.
They didn't Omen debut on that last week on Turmoil? Omen with Wrath.
Even another scary guy. They're always just rolling up in that creepy truck. Like, man, I don't know about these guys. It's getting crazy up in there. But yeah, always every Thursday, 8 p.m., we're always out there doing our thing. But that wasn't all we had this weekend. We also had a long day on Friday. We all got to go to Kalahari and have some fun at Colossalcon.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow, Tony.
It's the best show of the year, man. Like it's I shouldn't say the best show. It's definitely the best show of the summer, most fun show of the summer, but it's a whole different crowd than we're normally accustomed to, so it's a lot of fun.
I saw all sorts of crazy cosplay from anime to movies. I saw a man dressed as Misty from Pokemon, and
yeah.
I was all for it. This was a great weekend. Man, and the wrestling was dope.
Right?
Like, I couldn't believe we packed that house for 3 different shows, 2-hour increments, three shows. Every time that place was absolutely jam-packed.
Yeah, they had security standing out there telling people they couldn't come in. It said
That's
you can't
crazy.
stand on the edges, you can't stand on this or that, you have to find a seat. And of course, people weren't really listening, but it was like standing room only in there.
Not only did we have wrestling, but we also showcased and let people for a nominal fee actually get that moment, going down the I don't want to say going down the aisle because it sounds like a wedding, but making their entrance, getting into the ring, and shooting off a few poses. And I want to say there was a lot of people that probably had never thought they'd get a chance to step into a actual wrestling ring.
And that's it right there. It's really the experience to get into an actual ring. That's really cool for that. I knew I was like that when I first got to step into a ring. That's a cool thing. It's surreal almost.
Same. Yep. I was very timid getting into that ring, but anyways, just we had so many different matchups. We're not going to go over every single one, but we'll go over some of the more, the ones that were a little more wild, including Steve from Minecraft versus Steve from Blue's Clues. And
that one might have gotten the pops of the night because that went through a couple different shows they're outing.
Yes, it did. I wanna point out the real start to this was the fact that everyone thought that Steve from Minecraft was going to do the chicken jockey, and instead he stomped that chicken straight into a mud hole.
Stomped it.
That poor chicken. I saw its babies. Its babies went everywhere.
Yeah.
Dead.
There was not our Steve chant.
Yes.
They were not having it.
3 letters, 1 word, dead. So, anyways, what a show though. Like, we had that. We had let's see, we had Anakin Skywalker versus Darth Maul. That was a
Oh,
wild
that was
one. We saw
something.
some
Yeah.
force
powers being
pushes.
used. Yes, force chokes and things. I think a force choke slam at one point. That was really fun. Well done.
I do believe that was actually how it was finished. That was great. There was also
Is
some
that the
other
finish?
force. Yep, there was also some other force action going on, but we'll keep this a little PG here.
Well, let me see. Hold on. This isn't
I'm gonna
any
say-
kind of order. So let me see what I got here. There is there's Steve.
And I think that was one of the Mario Brothers cousins, Lario.
Oh, okay. There you
That's
go.
real familiar. I don't know. Somewhere else maybe seen him.
We got
My.
there's Ashton with the chicken jockey elbow
Steve
drop
from
off the
Blue's Clues with the
Yes,
chicken.
excuse me.
What a great photo. Jose absolutely killed these photos, by the way. Yes. I did forget that we had a somewhat of a Pokemon battle as Ash Ketchum with his trusty Pikachu went up against his friend Brock and probably everyone's least expected teammate, Dora the Explorer. Let me tell you, they put on a banger. Yes, here we go. That was the Anakin Skywalker versus Darth Maul. And as you can see, I'm glad the photo really doesn't, give it all. It kind of has this mystique to it. But yeah,
Right.
you get what's going on here, everyone. There's a lot of force going on.
There's a lot of force.
Yes.
Well,
Then we had a Harley Quinn versus was it Chucky? That's right.
Chucky versus Chucky match.
And this was a weapons match.
And it was a weapons match, and they went balls to the wall like they were breaking plates or pans or something over each other's heads, and zip ties to the rope, choking each other out that way. Like, it was messy for sure.
Yeah, I had to clean it up
for it. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Chucky.
There's Chucky. I don't want to play.
Chucky. I'd play, bro.
Okay. I said PG. Damn it, Tony.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, and then we had the Three Stooges, and they went up against what was it? It was DJ Khaled. Oh yes,
DJ
Jelly
Khaled.
Roll.
Oh wait, Jelly Cole.
Oh, there he is.
Jelly Cole. I've never seen such a good
It's uncanny.
Like, you know what I mean? Uncanny.
Like, oh my, and then it was who
DJ Khaled, Jelly Cole. Oh, who was it?
Trippy Red. Yes. What a trios.
And DJ or Jelly Cole had I'm not familiar with things. I'm not cool. Who was it supposed to be his wife? Who was the lovely
Peaches?
lady that
I think maybe no, it wasn't Peaches. It was
I'm not sure.
I'm not familiar either, so I'm right there with you. But
I didn't get a picture.
Jelly
Go
Cole
ahead.
did have a entourage.
Bunny, his wife.
Bunny, there we go. Bunny, thank you, Michelle.
I
don't know where I got Peaches from.
The earlier match.
True. Okay. Yeah.
But then so do you remember who it was that got Bunny and tossed them over the top rope onto the outside? This is Chris Cole's son, by the way. It was a hell of a spot.
I don't remember that one. I do not remember that one.
Khaled. Michelle is on it for us. DJ Khaled from the other side.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Man, we should have just had Michelle come on with us.
I know. Why didn't we have Michelle on tonight?
We dropped the ball. Well, anyways, thank you, Michelle. By the way, Michelle also killed some awesome photos. I almost killed Michelle. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, we had Darkwing Duck and damn it, I'm sorry.
Bobby doing the roaming cam.
He told me the character's name, and I'm really bad at this game, so
Finn
sorry.
said it to me this morning too, and I even have a Mario tattoo, and I can't remember the character's name.
Hey, listen,
he's in the cloud that he flies around, and then,
and he looked great, and I could always see where he was, which is great.
Perfect costume. Oh, and this was the main event.
Yes, Captain Kirk versus Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, excuse me. Yeah, no.
It's okay. We had 2 Star Wars matches. We actually had 2
Yeah, we had
Star
Anakin
Trek
earlier.
messages too.
That's right. Yeah, yep.
But yeah, I love this photo. This is absolutely this sums everything up. You can see head referee at Mega Nick Ritter's just absolutely terrified, not knowing what to do. I mean, I'm sure, I wouldn't want to have that match because I wouldn't know what to do with a lightsaber. I'm not trying to get my arm chopped off.
I know, right? That they're doing some dangerous stuff in there right now, honestly.
I mean,
like they need to be more careful.
When he said he wanted that match, I said, "You can have it, sir." We also saw like some crazy, it's just some crazy stuff. Like I said, there was another Star Trek match where we saw Riker versus Cisco. That was great.
Yes.
2 red shirts. Usually the red shirts die first, but not on this terms here. We saw a whole Family Guy Rumble.
That was
It
something
it
else.
was a fatal 4-way when we saw Peter Griffin, Quagmire, Cleveland, and that's right, Joe. And with special guest referee Herbert, it was an absolute just I don't even know what to call it. It was like watching an episode of Family Guy, and that's exactly what it was. So
yes, yeah, and Joe took the win on that one. That was
absolutely wild. Man
wild.
has
Like,
no use of his legs, had to drag himself
yes,
around.
and that's what he did. The chairs were very important in that match.
Man, I want to say too, one of the best ones I saw, like costume wise, in ring was the Darkwing Duck. The Darkwing Duck looked absolutely
Yes,
great.
Darkwing Duck, who was Rousey Suave, fantastic, and it was so funny. We were sitting there at production and played his music, the Darkwing Duck theme.
Yep.
And you got that 15-20 second intro or something before you come out, right? And it was confusingly dead compared to the rest of the show so far. And me and Jen were just like, oh, everyone's too young to know the theme song.
Yeah.
It was Darkwing Duck. But as soon as he came out, they were like, "Oh!" It was so funny.
It was great. It was a great time. I had a great time. I'm already looking forward to next year. Hopefully next year they'll have us a little longer. I know that.
That's what I saw Brandon post. I want to say yesterday something about when we first started. I wasn't there when we first started doing the con, but that just trying to get in was something. And now they're asking why we aren't there all weekend. So we are definitely going to be back again.
Absolutely, yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. And just keep your eyes out for all the photos that are gonna happen. From this, we've already got a good taste of it. Actually, we have that last photo? Should we share that last photo? I know you
Which
got
one?
it back.
Which photo?
The surprise from the second Steve versus Steve match.
Oh, the one that Brandon was saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I can get
You
it.
didn't cue that one up? Okay, we'll leave that one.
Yeah,
We'll just
give
keep
me
your eyes open because there was some stuff that happened that a little mischievous here. But anyways, do you want to go right into RSW's show from yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Here. Where is?
All right, so after a nice long evening, 3 shows, 2 hours deep on Friday at Kalahari, me and our Sans friend here, Mike Allen, we drove down to I'm gonna say this wrong, so I apologize. Tim already yelled at me once. It's Buckhannon, right? Because I
I thought it was
Buchanan, and I think it's Buckhannon.
Buckhannon.
So it's
Okay.
Buckhannon, West Virginia.
Buckhannon.
And let me tell you, when I didn't know about it until I got halfway, maybe closer there, and Mike goes, "We're going to a military base," and I'm like, "A what?" Yeah,
Is that what that is?
that was what that
Man.
was, dude. There was it wasn't so much a military base. I might have been a training facility, but there were Humvees and there were military vehicles all around, and there was a hall with trophies and
Dang.
Dude, it was cool. My intrusive nature usually wants to wander in places like that. Luckily, all the doors were locked. So,
Like, let me
plus I
just see
usually
what's
try.
around this corner.
When you're a guy named Stabby, you kind of find your way through
Yeah.
and into things. But anyways, it was great. It was a cool venue, nice little spot. I loved I just love the vibe. We had like just a good group of people there. I guess this is the first time they've been there since like 6 years. That's what
Oh wow.
ring announcer Sean Pugh let us know. And it was great. We had a great 7 matches lined up. Now, what happened at the very beginning of this show was that we were informed that Theo Strong's opponent, Remy LeVay, was not able to make the show. So
Oh,
Theo
that's
thought he had the
unfortunate.
night off. Sucks to be you, Theo, buddy. You didn't get the night off. And instead, Paw decided to add him to now fatal, or my bad, a triple threat match. There was a 3-way where there was only a original one-on-one match. So he added him to the Anthony Rucker Morgan Dash bout later in the evening. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, though. But he wasn't happy, and I really didn't care. Actually, me and Mike got to we were interviewing guys, and he sat down, decided to sit down, and wanted to draw at us for a little bit. And I don't know, I got to laugh at him. He tried to get in my face, and then he just put his
Of
balls
course.
in the camera. So jokes on
Oh,
him.
that's nice. That's nice.
But anyway, so the start of this show ended up being Logan Taylor versus Lane Callie for the PWL title. Um, this was a back and forth. This match definitely was back and forth. Like I was
I could see that. These guys
it,
could go.
yeah, exactly. Logan Taylor, the killer, one of the more up and coming guys. He's been through a lot with everything he's going through with the unappreciated, and then you got Lane Callie. Dude's kind of ruthless, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's got this definitely a mean MFer mindset. Uh,
Right.
he was definitely not trying to lose that title. There was a definite moment where it seemed like Logan had it. Logan went for the pin, and then out of nowhere, like literally out of left field, we had Trevor Gage of the Unappreciated grab the foot of the referee and yank him out of the ring.
Of
And,
course they'd be in.
something happened while the ref's back was turned. Next thing you know, Lane Callie has Logan Taylor pinned. 1, 2, 3. Lane is able to retain his PWL title. And then all of a sudden, Trevor Gage comes into the ring and just starts beating the living crap out of Logan Taylor. And not just Trevor, but Muscles and also Johnny
Right.
Duff come out. So all three of the Unappreciated came and just straight up jumped Logan. Dude, it was brutal. Trevor Gage uses the kendo stick and puts him into almost like a crossface. And then they
Right.
were going to
Okay.
give him a concerto, but the Feisty Boys were able to intervene and scare the Unappreciated off. So I know there might have been an announcement there, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. My weekend was so long and kind of crazy that I don't remember. So I do apologize to Tim Cross and RSW. Just keep your eyes open on their social media sites. They will be making announcements for the next show, which we'll announce that here in a little bit. We got a couple more to go over. The second match ended up going against it was Shane Kryzak versus Vance Desmond.
One of them.
Okay,
There we go.
And as we've always talked about on the Piledriver, Vance Desmond and Shane Kryzak are veterans of the sport. And
Wish I could have seen this one.
dude,
Yeah.
I know I said the last one was a back and forth. This was an absolute 50-50 split down the middle.
I would think this is a showcase, or you know what I mean? Like this is, you want to sit back and watch and study a little bit of this one.
Oh, what is the common term in these situations? It was like watching a seminar. They put on, like,
there you go. Yes, yes.
It was like they put on a seminar out there, but they were walloping each other. Like it. So we've talked about the story. Kryzak ended up hurting little Fiona, Vance's daughter, at the Elkin show a few weeks back. And you don't hurt somebody's daughter. Vance is definitely a girl dad, and he was out for some revenge last night, Tony. And I mean, dude, some of the stuff I was watching, I worked this event, so I tried to keep myself as far back.
Right.
Tried to not keep my head in, but I did catch a little bit of this, a lot of outside of the ring action here. At one point, I do believe the very loud stairs were used. I know I heard a big thunk at one point, but like I said, this was a 15-minute time limit match, and Tony, it went to the 15-minute.
Nice. Wow.
And it ended up becoming a draw.
Okay, so let's run it back. Let's see it again.
So, yes, as everything kind of swelled out, a few people from the back had to come and intervene and pull Kryzak and Kryzak and Vance apart. And then Pawpaw announced that at the next show, there's going to be a 30-minute time limit match.
Hell yeah, there you go.
So we shall see what comes of this. I personally, without trying to be a biased person,
right?
I would
exactly.
really like to see Vance get his revenge, but we will see. The next match. This is a match. Now, I literally can't tell you how excited I was when this was announced. Oh, thank you, Tony. I'm so glad that you brought it up before I could even say it. So, Big Black Carl, the BBC, and I'm sorry, Tommy.
We have RSW. No,
yes,
they have their own BBC.
Yes, Mega has its own BBC. We love you, Tommy. But RSW has its own BBC, and it is Big Black Carl. And let me tell you, he is a big man. I've stood in the ring with BBC, and he towers over me. I'm not a small guy. He makes me feel small. In many ways. Anyways, Vinny Maverick put his internet title on the line against Mr. BBC here, and they put on a banger. And I didn't even have to tell you guys that, though. We all know that Vinny Maverick is just in his own lane, man. He's doing his own thing. It's big nasty's world. We're just living in it.
He is taken over.
But this wasn't no easy task. As Big Black Carl likes to say, grab yourself a handful, get a handful. And Vinny definitely had to do that. I will say at one point, things looked a little grim for Vinny when the BBC choke slammed him. And that's no easy task. That's no easy task.
Wow.
Literally, I was in disbelief, Tony. Like, just absolutely in disbelief. Vinny even at one point had
Cross. He's the real BBC.
Yes, like I said, there's many ways there, sir. Trying to keep it PG here, sirs. There was Vinny's pulling off the nasty kick, man. My bad, nasty chin music.
Yeah, that's right. Nasty
I love that. Just so you know, every time I see it, it pops me.
I can't believe the things that this man is able to do, like a sweet chin music, decide to get his foot up there at any
and it's Big Black Carl, so he's that much taller,
yeah, and that's like even like a guy 5'6", 5'7", whatever, impressive. But a dude BBC size, come on, get out of here.
I can barely get in and out of my truck. So without blowing my loins out. But anyways, Vinnie Maverick doing his, doing the damn thing, and taking home the big dub with a nasty quake, retaining his internet title. But I will say one of the best things, one of the biggest, highlights of my night was actually seeing these two men extend the hands in the middle of the ring at the end of the match and shaking the hands. And I hope to see this match again. Not gonna lie, I want to see them run it back because damn it, that was such a good match, boys. And then before we had an intermission, we had Gen Z versus OK.
Okay.
And this was no DQ false count anyway.
All right.
And
War of Frenemies.
Whoa, it was everything it would have been, man. There was blood, guts, fingers, and
wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I know if it's my, former best friend or whatever, I would have, if it's a buddy, you're kind of messing around. You're gonna hit him a little hard just because you guys are gonna be cool anyway afterward, right? But like, if we're not cool anymore, we're not best friends anymore, dude. I'm gonna take it to you. Like you're. Yep. So I imagine this one was nonsense.
Well, I know the big.
Sorry.
I was gonna say I know the biggest thing. Yeah, no, don't worry. We were gonna get there, Gen Z. Calm down, calm down. I gotta, we gotta tell a story here for you. We gotta let you guys remind you guys that the last time Gen Z and OK crossed paths, Gen Z not only screwed OK in a match, but then killed OK's best friend, Papa Pig. Literally shattered, like a dream, just shattered it.
Wow.
Like pieces everywhere. I've never seen a man cry harder than OK did. Like never. And I've cried a lot in my life.
That's just sad. Why do you got? All right, man. You don't got to rub it in people's faces now.
No.
I'm kind of glad he's not in the chat.
No, I feel very bad for OK. And this match, there was all sorts of things used. There was cooking sheets used. This one again, I missed a little bit of it. I know that both men took skewers to the head.
Oh.
And let me tell you, you just there's no easy way to it. That sucks. That sucks.
And right. You can't. There's no way to like what was it? JR always used to say something about learning how to fall off of a ladder. You can't do anything special to take skewers to the head.
No.
That you're just taking them.
Yep, both men left bloody and dripping. Unfortunately, OK not able to get the comeuppance against Gen Z, and like he already kind of spoiled there. Gen Z takes home the big dub.
And see, I thought
and you know what?
tougher
I like
than I
seeing
thought.
That. I will say thank you, Gen Z. He is a tough dude. He might be about not very big, not very buff, but he is an OK wrestler by me, and I stand behind my guy. OK.
All right.
Then we had a nice little intermission. Like I said, this was a cool little place. I hope people got to at least kind of go look around on the outside. Like I said, there was Humvees. I don't know what else. Like I don't know what the other trailers were or whatever. They were cool.
Right.
And then all right,
sounds like a neat place.
It was cool. I definitely hope we go back. I think they did mention we're going to try to go back soon. So
cool.
Hopefully you can come down. That would be great, Tony.
Yeah, I know. I gotta find. Did you guys stay over again?
No, we came right back. I mean, we didn't get home until we didn't get back till like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. But
still though, whatever. Yeah.
But after the intermission, now this was this is just crazy. I will admit I missed this match.
Did you really?
Yeah. I had some stuff to take care of in the back, and I didn't see this match. But I know that it was a banger because anytime the Feisty Boys come out and put their all in the ring, it's a banger. Cody Gray and Paulie Kilpis are two of my favorite people in wrestling. And I really hate that I have to report this. But as of last night, they are no longer the RSW Tag Team Champions. I do not know what kind of underhanded, foul play that the unappreciated pulled, because it was supposed to be just Muscles and Johnny, but we all know that Trevor had his hands in something there.
Who did you say you had on yesterday? Didn't you guys do a live yesterday?
Well, we had let's see, we had Dee come on. We had Theo come on unwillingly.
Oh, okay.
And we had Sean Pugh come on that quick little 15-minute we had on there. Which, if anyone's on there and can hear me talk about this, let us know what you guys thought of that. If you want to see more of that, just let us know. That was just a little impromptu thing that me and Mike wanted to try.
Well, we're very interested in doing. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. No, you're good. What were you saying?
Interested in doing more stuff like that, before shows and doing live interviews and things. So yeah, if you like it, please let us know.
Yep. But yeah, so I guess I have to say, and new RSW Tag Team Champions, the unappreciated Muscles Gation and Johnny Duff. Johnny Duff tried to choke me at one point, by the way, yesterday, and also what a weird weekend, because he choked me. I got kissed by two guys on Friday.
There was a lot of kissing on Friday of men. There was a lot of.
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. Wait, I said that out loud. Damn it. All right, so we're gonna go right into the fire ass 4-way there. This was wild. Like WYLD. So this was DD Vice versus Paparazzi versus Ace Morgan versus El Grego. Now, I was only familiar with three. Oh, hold on. I was only familiar with 3 out of the 4. El Grego was somebody I did not expect to be so into. This dude came out, couldn't speak a lick of English, literally was talking to me, and I'm trying to understand him. And I've learned a little bit of Spanish through my time with Mega and my boy Brazzi and my boy Phantom Dragon, and then Coco Jima giving me some tips and stuff. But El Grego was talking to me so fast, I just I couldn't understand it. These guys all meet in the middle of the ring. Things are getting started. Paparazzi stops the show, and it's a dance-off. And now? Oh my, it was wild. Like, they were all dancing except for Ace Morgan, who's the biggest party pooper on the RSW roster. I mean,
that sounds about right.
Is about the best thing I can give him today. This match was wild. At one point, I think everyone was just going after Ace. They split it up here a little bit. 2 are in the ring, 2 are outside of the ring, beating on each other. They were, passing each other off, like, yeah, let's work on this guy. Let's do this guy. Dude, again, I can't remember if it was Ace. I think it was Ace slammed Dee into the ring steps, and it was like the loudest, thunderous boom. Like, I was like, just wow. El Grego hit this tornado DDT off the corner turnbuckle, and it was just like so smooth. And I was very impressed with El Grego. Unfortunately, being impressive wasn't enough. And Paparazzi gave not 1 but 2 attitude adjustments to Ace Morgan and El Grego. He actually hit it on Ace first, and then did El Grego, and El Grego landed on Ace, and then Ace ended up getting pinned. This is what I love about RSW, is that we have a guy named Pawpaw that, he kind of gets to do his thing. And he saw what a lot of us saw in El Grego, and he was like, hey, man, like, thanks for coming out. Do you maybe want to sign a contract with us? You know, do you want to
Nice.
work for
Yeah.
RSW? And it seemed like things were going good until El Grego took his mask off.
Wait.
And it was then we all realized it was the person we had fired there, that Pawpaw had fired 6 months ago, Tyler Jacks. And before anyone could do anything, Tyler kicked Pawpaw in the no-no spot. Right in his wiener.
No touch me square.
That's it. Square in the dick, guys. And ouch. So there was just released a few hours ago a video from Tyler claiming a lot. We will definitely be seeing more of Tyler Jackson RSW, whether we like it or not. Yes,
Kick them
kick
right
him
out of
the shoe. That you really gotta kick a man in the cojones to kick him out of his shoe.
Right? Like that's wow.
And then our main event ended up being Morgan Dash versus Anthony Rucker versus Theo Strong. Holy crap. That Morgan Dash, he might be a little guy. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Literally
seen
all
Morgan
I can
Dash.
say. Like that kid, ever since I saw him the first time, he has something that if he just sticks with it, I literally have no doubt in my mind that he is gonna go somewhere. Honestly, if I had to say anything, he's got the quickness and the fastness. Like I could see him being like a crazy luchador, like working Japan, stuff like that. Not trying to get him ahead of anywhere, but keep your guys' eyes on Morgan Dash because this kid is wild. Not gonna
very high
sit there and
ceiling.
discount my boy Anthony Rucker though. The Ruck Star puts it on every time he comes out on the mat. I love Anthony Rucker. I love his girl Faith because she puts up a lot with that boy. And they make really, really, really good candy on their own. So definitely go check out Hard Rock Candy. We may or may not have got a flavor added to the brand. And then look at this guy. He shows up right at the end. That's okay.
I know. I was watching the whole time. Zoe's game went really.
What's up?
It went to almost the end of the we almost went 7
minutes. This is great then. Thank you for showing up, Mike, because you're gonna be able to answer more questions on the main event than I can, being that you ran it.
Okay,
so yeah,
all,
we had Theo.
Morgan Dash fucking rock. Morgan Dash fucking rocked. This kid is great. When I saw him, I was immediately Tony. I was like, this dude's fucking 5 foot tall. I was like, what's he gonna do?
Right, he looks
heavyweight champion. Like, dude, he was awesome. I'm talking like Ray Phoenix up the rope, backflip into the fucking crowd. Corkscrew plancha springboards. Rucker did good too. Don't let me slide.
That's not. Yep. Like I said, we ain't discounting our boy the Rockstar.
But this match was nuts.
And then we had Theo added to the mix for his title, and Mike. We sat there. He sat down. He just decided to hang out with us, and I got to point and laugh at him.
Yeah.
Sideshow Bob looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. I saw. Yeah. And I did want to say, in the Tony in the no DQ match, man, there was a door used at one point, and
thank you.
The one with a freaking pile driver.
Yes, I saw Amanda put that in the chat, but I didn't throw it up. Yeah,
that was me. I was driving. So yeah, it was great. I'm just going through the thing. Again, we're going to do some more live. I thought it went good. I mean, at least, 15 minutes before a show, people just showed up. We didn't set up any of these interviews. Me and Vince pulled a table to where it was a little quiet spot. And we just started, we were like, hey, we're going to give this a shot and see how it goes. I thought it worked pretty well. The laptop seemed to stream it well. I went back and watched it, and the audio sounded good. I didn't even have, a microphone hooked up, Tony. It was just my mic.
Well, and I could bring a microphone for next time or whatever. I have a little mix.
I have one. I only have this one. I put some in my I put some in my Amazon list that would work with the hub.
Right.
So
yeah. So unfortunately, these guys did not have enough in their tanks to take away Theo's title. So Theo ended up retaining the RSW Heavyweight Championship. But like I said, they put on a good show, and what a show at Bucktown Throwdown. Like I said, I can't wait for this show to be, or them to have another show at this venue. It was a really cool venue.
Tyler in the house, yes. I see my boy Tyler in the chat. So again, Tony, I was in the crowd last night, or in the show last night. I was just as surprised as everybody else when El Grego removes his mask, and it turns out to be Tyler Jacks, who was fired. And now he's not. Now he has a contract. He was given a contract. So the boy is back. I'm telling you. I said this long time ago. The kid's a stud. So I'm really excited for him to be back. I don't know how excited the front office of RSW is going to be about that. But
I mean, yeah, Papa already took a licking on that one. So speaking of Papa, the next show for RSW is going to be on June 13th down there at the Harrison County Parks and Rec in Clarksburg, West Virginia, for Papa's birthday bash extravaganza. So make sure you get out there. That's a free show.
Nice.
Free show.
I like that the chat's new. The chat overlay, that's a new feature, Bob. Can the chat overlay, you see this down here in the corner lefty, can you see that?
Yeah, that was I was talking to Vince about that before we started. It's like a new thing on beta.
That's a new feature. I'm like looking, I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I was like, should we do that? I was like,
Vince? Can you see the comments, Vince?
Nope.
On this little overlay on your screen? No?
Nope.
Yeah, dude. I saw the BBC was in the chat. He was in the chat. That was a banger of a match, Tony. I will agree with everything Vince said. This match went hard as hell. I cannot wait till these guys run it back. Feisty Boys lost the title. At one point I tried to control Cody Gray. He started fighting with muscles. They were fighting in the ring. I tried to one in, one out, control this tag team action. They battled to the outside. I'm trying to they're fighting in the crowd. I'm trying to get them separated back to their corners. Next thing I know, Johnny Duff's yelling at me to turn around. 1, 2, 3. I was trying to keep the order. I don't know what happened. Paulie was already down. He got, Cody got thrown. Duff was down, and Paulie got thrown on top of him. It was a wild match, but a rematch was the Feisty Boys immediately went to Pawpaw and cashed in their rematch clause, so they will have their rematch on the 13th. And not only will they be facing the two men that just won, they're in a triple threat a handicap match against all three of them.
Okay, there's the stipulation.
So the Feisty Boys will be facing Johnny Duff, Muscles Gatton, and Trevor Gage in a 2-on-3 for the tag team championships, and Moose will be going 1-on-1 with Theo Strong.
That'll be wild.
I also believe that Micah will be defending her newly won RSW championship against Lexus Sin. That rematch was also cashed in.
Correct.
And we know, like I said earlier, we got an Ironman, 30-minute Ironman match between Vance Desmond and Cryback. So
that's gonna I really should try and get down there for this one. That's gonna be a hell of a show, man. That's gonna be a hell of a show.
Yeah, this is a Friday show. This is gonna be a good one. But Tyler Jackson in the comments said Papa's about to have an interesting birthday. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm sure Papa's got some plans in store for Tyler Jacks.
We got some wrestling coming up this weekend too. Got the Niles toy show.
We do have good wrestling this weekend. Tony, are you at Niles? Are you making Niles?
I am not making Niles, man.
None of us are making Niles.
None of us are making Niles. That is unfortunate. I have like my niece's wedding stuff is that day, not her wedding, but it's like, you know, like a shower, and
yeah.
I have
Zoe and Nina have dance recital.
Graduation. Yeah, it's just
I'm going camping.
And Vince is on a camping trip with the old man. So
God damn it. Well, anyways, guys, get out to the Niles Toy Market out there in Niles, Ohio. Literally,
by the sound of Michelle's comment, Vince, by the sound of Michelle's comment, she will be there. Sounds like Michelle will be there.
Yep.
Here you
Michelle
go.
Will be there.
Theo's Moose is putting the X Division Championship on the line against Theo Strong.
The actual fuck up.
And Big Nasty returns to Erie All-Star Wrestling June 7th. Big Nasty's in the chat. He wants to slow that. Life happens, Michelle says. She'll fill us all in. Hey, I mean,
thank you, Michelle.
I sent Michelle a DM last week, and me and Michelle had a little conversation. I'm just saying, Michelle, we could get back to that if you want. Just saying.
That could be a fun show.
Niles Toy Market. They're gonna have Tony Atlas, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
I hope that Paulie the Hammer gets a picture with Greg the Hammer.
Right.
Only one can hope that, you know.
Can be.
But yeah, get out there, free event, go meet your heroes. I think there was a third guy that I'm not familiar with announced too. I don't know.
I did see somebody. I don't know either. My phone's dead in my pocket. I don't have the thing up. But yeah, there was a guy. He's a comic book artist, I believe. Let's see, this computer.
And then I think the event's gonna go on between 11 and 4. Am I correct? Something like that.
Yes, I was sitting here.
Higher up, 10 to 4.
10 to 4. Okay. So, and then not only that, next weekend we're also gonna have the return of Power Slam Pro Wrestling Black brand on Sunday at the Newtown Mall. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. I'm excited because there's a match that was just announced. Evelyn Sage is going 1-on-1 against Paris McQueen. I'm just so excited. Big fan of both girls. And then also Colt Johnson is going up against Mike Michaels. And that is going to be for that Ohio Heavyweight Championship title. You know, reminding everyone that Mike actually held that title previously before Colt. So, you know, he's going to be hunting that one hard. But the Southern Center ain't no one to mess with. You know, I definitely know that, especially after the weekend.
I'm ready for this guy. I don't have the picture to put up, but I have info to tell you. So the other guy that was announced, Dan Berger. He began his career in comics with Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman. Vince, I know you're familiar with who those guys are. They wrote the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Over the next 30 years, Dan wore many hats at Mirage Studios, where he worked as an inker, penciler, writer, and designer. In 2012, he was hired by Kevin Eastman to become the managing editor and graphic designer for Heavy Metal Magazine. He left Metal Magazine in 2020 to pursue other opportunities. So, I mean, he wrote some stuff. He worked at the same. It doesn't say that he wrote Turtles, but he worked with.
If he worked for Mirage, Mirage did a lot of Turtle stuff, so that makes sense.
So yeah, you know, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see this. Colt Johnson putting that title on the line against Mikey. That's who he took it from, ain't it, Vince?
Yep. That's what I was just saying. It was. It's definitely a run back moment here. And it's anyone's game. You know, Bull Rope Bully is. You know, he's a menace sometimes. So, but
he is a menace.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, he takes men's heads right off. You ever taken a lariat from him? I know you've worked him at least once, right, Tony?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take a lariat from him, so.
Hell no.
It's a big boy.
But, no, I mean, so yeah, we got some wrestling this weekend. I think, I want to say there was something going on Friday, too.
I was going to say, don't forget about this match, man. So you got the Midwest Monsters taking on New Philly Vice.
Oh yeah, you are correct.
Yes, sir.
Is that match 2? I feel like they've had the match together.
I believe so as well. They were looking for the monsters against something, so this may be, I don't think it's the first time they faced off, but this match was announced for this Sunday as well.
Cool. That'll be a good one.
I do have one other thing. 1 second. There was a couple other pictures from the con that we were trying to run back.
I know. I had a great time at Nina's graduation. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry you weren't there, man, but I think.
I mean, I get it. It was cool, and I told Vince, I was like, it was funny because last year at the con, Tony, was my first show in front of a live crowd. That was my first rep.
Oh, that's right. That was,
I didn't dress up. I was nervous as shit.
The con it's special like that because that was like, it wasn't my first match that I had back, but it was my second and like actual one in front of a crowd. Like the first one was one in front of we did like a tattoo show, so there was people there, but it wasn't like a wrestling. Like this is like, and I worked with Alex Daniels. Like it's con's special, man.
Yeah, con was real good. Yeah, as you can see here, dude, it was stacked to the brim. I saw pictures and videos from everybody that was posting stuff. It looked awesome.
Yeah, and this is just like one side of the room. You can take this and
that was just one show too,
and it's all people. Oh, yep.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what happened with this, dog. Don't blame me, VX.
No,
Ashton stole his clothes.
It was okay. So it was Steve versus Steve. Steve from Minecraft versus Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yes.
And it ended up they wanted to have a rematch. The crowd wanted them to have a rematch. Steve from Minecraft won. So Brandon comes out. If you want a rematch, all this stuff. No, you're not having one. Not doing it. So later on, he announced it. Did he announce that they were going to have a match after all before the end of the first show? I forget now, Vince.
It was announced after the first show.
Okay.
Rematch. Okay.
Yep, there was, because he asked the crowd if they wanted to see it again, and the crowd said yes.
Okay. So Steve from Minecraft ends up coming back out with BX, which originally he comes out in this, he dressed up. He has a costume on. He's got this really cool mask with, that
costume, yeah.
Yeah, and he has this mask on that lights up and everything. It's got all these different designs and colors and all that's really sweet looking. So he's coming out with Steve from Minecraft, Cole Johnson, who we've seen Brandon team up with recently anyway, in Mega and on Turmoil. So no shock there that he's coming out with him anyway, right? And Steve's running his mouth for forever with this crowd, like 1,000 people chanting asshole at this kid. And rightfully deserved.
Hey.
So finally,
damn, shots fired.
So finally, we see Brandon shuffling, hopping out from behind the curtain in what he looks like in this picture, all tied up. And Steve's freaking out. What's going on? And behind him, Steve from Blue's Clues takes off the mask. And it's not Brandon, of course. It's Ashton Day, and we see a lot of this, a lot of that.
What'd you guys do?
It was a time, man.
All right. Well, let's get the boss's cheeks off.
Yeah. I had nothing to do with this boss.
Yeah, me neither. I wasn't even there.
And Tony's under the bus.
I don't even know how to add pictures.
I can't even do nothing. I was on my phone.
Damn. Yeah.
But no, dude, the con definitely looked like a fun time. I saw, Megan and Harley Quinn looked cool.
Yep, we actually
That was a
almost
hell of a
forgot
match.
there was
The Family Guys match looked real cool. I know
Mario
that
and
was
Luigi versus
the Naruto.
Bowser, and then there was a
Yes, dude.
heel turn. There was a heel turn, Mario and Luigi versus Bowser, and then Mario, or no, my bad, Luigi ended up becoming Wario and turning on Mario. That was wild. Like
it was Mario and Luigi versus
Bowser.
Bowser. And Bowser comes out with Peach, right? So they're
Yep.
trying to save Peach the whole match. And they win. Mario and Luigi win. They're Luigi goes to give Peach a hug. They're, celebrating and everything. Mario goes, he's all bashful, wants to give Peach a hug too, but just can't really do it. And you hear this from, the camera's on Mario, and you hear pans over and fucking Waluigi, purple, he tears off the shirt, had purple shirt.
Yeah, Waluigi, my bad, yeah.
Low blow to Mario, man. It was.
Oh, wow. What a heel turn. What a heel turn by Luigi.
And then he takes Princess Peach off to another castle.
Off to another castle.
Thank you for correcting me, because I do not know my Mario lore.
Oh, right.
Mario. But no, the con was always it looked like a blast. Like Vince said, RSW pretty much rocked last night. I thought it was a good show. The event was cool. The venue was real sweet. I liked the room, and the entrance was cool, except for it got a little smoky.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, Tim with the fog machine, we opened a couple more doors. Cleared right now. It was all good. Yeah, it was a good show. I had a good time. There was a couple dudes in the crowd that were really, really into it. Wrestlers were jawing with them back and forth. And they,
nice.
Those kind of fans are always the best. There was one kid really just hit me. I believe his name was Braden, dude. He was not a fan of the Feisty Boys. Just didn't like them. Just thumbs down the whole time. As me and Vince know, that's like the ultimate sign of disrespect. When somebody just thumbs down at you, because it's just. It's worse than the finger.
You got nothing else.
I don't like giving the middle finger. I like giving people the thumbs down.
Yeah, it's worse than the finger. So, great show at RSW. Shout out to Tim and Papa for having us out.
Yep.
It was a good night. You guys kicked ass before I got here. So shout out to the boys for holding it down while I was being softball dad. We lost. It was great. It was a great game. Zoe took one on the shoulder, took a foul ball. It bounced dinked off her bat, hit her on the shoulder, and smidgenly missed her shoulder pad when she was catching, so she might have a little bruise tomorrow.
Oof.
But yeah, so we'll be back at it this week. Make sure you're watching Turmoil on Thursday night. We got
absolutely
wrestling, like Vince said. PPW Black returns on Sunday. And then Pawpaws is next week. Her birthday's next week. We got some stuff next week as well.
Week after.
Oh, the week after. You're right. It's June 13th. So.
And then Niles Toy Show on Saturday.
Niles is on Saturday this week. And then PPW Black on Sunday. And then the week after that is Pawpaw's birthday.
Correct.
Yes.
And then don't forget, Mega Championship Wrestling's heading back to the ball fields. We are headed to the Captains, headed to the Ducks. When we get all the information, you'll be the first to know all the information, times, dates, where you can get your tickets to come enjoy some awesome wrestling, come enjoy some awesome baseball. Vinny Maverick in the chat, so we're killing it. We appreciate you, big dog. Big Nasty. Yeah. Make sure you tune in to Big Nasty Eats Wednesday night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in to Big Nasty Eats. And then yes, that is June, I believe 12th, right? Vinny? It's the day after Pawpaw. 14th. June 14th. Yes, I will be.
June 14th. Yes, is the EFW.
I will be at EFW. Yes. So and yeah, Pawpaws is on Friday. EFW is on the 14th. So we'll be around here in Northeast Ohio. Like I said, find us on Turmoil this week on Mega's Facebook page and YouTube, Twitch. We're all kinds of places these days. And then Converge. We'll keep everybody updated. No matches have been announced yet for Converge, but July 12th. Converge is going down at Lorain County Community College. The only thing that was canceled was the Battle Royal, and that's because the people at the college started a pickleball tournament. So, on pickleball. But the Battle Royal will happen. Brandon said he's gonna make that Battle Royal happen, and I believe him. So it'll happen. It'll happen. But Converge will be happening. There are promotions from all over the U.S., all over the Northeast states, Michigan. I think last time it was like 13 states or something like that. I mean, maybe we'll still get some people in, but
I think we had somebody from Canada,
yeah, I don't know how many, but I know people were all about it. So Colossalcon will be big. There will be multiple promotions in the building. Converge. Sorry.
Converge.
What did I say?
Colossalcon.
That's because it's at the top. I looked at the top of the title and I saw that. And then yes, July 13th, right, the day after Converge, we will be doing the Gregory Iron benefit show.
Correct.
So we will be putting that on up in Parma. So we'll get you more details for that as soon as they are announced. And I got nothing. You guys killed it while I was away. I appreciate you.
Yeah, gang out here.
So my flowers are going to you boys. So
thank you. My flowers are gonna go out to all the boss mans this weekend. Tim Cross, Pawpaw, Brandon X. I got to be a feral ass human being on Friday, so thank you.
Yo, you were having the time of your life, bro.
Hey,
like if nothing else, man, Mike, to watch some footage from the con just to watch Stabby be the happiest boy he could be.
I tried to tell him beforehand, and I'd only ever been to one, and I tried to tell Vince beforehand that he was going to have a black. Like I was like, it's like nothing else. I was like,
it's like it was like pulling a muzzle off of a rabid dog. They just kind of let me loose.
Yep. He leg dropped Colt Johnson. It was great.
I don't know if I call it leg drop.
I did. He did like a back senton on an egg drop on his face, but no, it sounded like a good time. I can't wait for next year, and I definitely agree with some of the comments. Why aren't we there all weekend?
Yes.
If anything, I mean, I obviously am just speaking out of turn, but like, there's a campground up the street. We could just kind of.
Oh, I would tell them to give us rooms so we could shower. Because, dude,
I know, but wrestlers and stuff like that. If you think about all the wrestlers that come in 2 days, unless they're coming in for separate days, that'd be a lot of fucking rooms for them to rent out or to give out. To give out.
And it's expensive.
At a con when they're trying to make all the money. So, but again, we could post up at the fucking KOA down the street and fucking pop up tent, and then I mean.
Yeah,
a lot of us live.
You never know. Anyways. There's all kinds
of
stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we were there 2 days, it's definitely doable. It would be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely doable.
Well, and I want to throw out flowers to my production team once again, man, because I wasn't able to be there right away when we were able to get into the door. So, like you, Vince, Bobby, especially, the wife, Jen, Mama Johnson. Anybody that was helping out before I could get there to do anything is a giant help. So I appreciate everybody.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for everybody in the comments. I love the new feature where everybody can see the comments. That's pretty freaking
Yeah, that's great. I wasn't sure whether to try it or not. That's cool.
Yeah, we'll have to, Vince, I'll have to show you. It's pretty sweet. And hey, Tim in the chat, we appreciate you, Bubba, no problem. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like I said, make sure you get with us on Turmoil this Thursday night. Get with us for some wrestling this weekend. Next weekend, and then obviously right back here next Sunday night.
That's it.
We'll let you know everything that happened at Power Slam. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Comments, everybody, and boys, thank you for holding it down. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys all next week. Later.